I'm Isabel and welcome back to Learn with Liberals. And this week I'm going to be doing macerated strawberry lollies. Yum! This is my new YouTube channel and you can like it and you can share it by following the links down below on the right hand side. So this week we're going to do lollies, which are yoghurt ice lollies. I made these a few years ago for my a family party that we had with friends, and there's quite a lot of people there. And I was trying to think what I can do that was really easy. It's only got 4 ingredients, 2 of which you can swap if you don't like them or you don't like the fruit. And then you don't have any cooking, you're just literally freezing it. So yeah, and they're child friendly, so kids can get involved and they can mix it, and they can choose what they would like to go into it instead. And they're also very budget friendly because it's literally just yogurt, your fruit. I'm using the macerated strawberries that I had left over from last week, which I froze, and I froze the strawberries and I froze the liquid separately. So that I could reuse it again, but you could use any frozen berries or juice. I've got a bit of lime juice in mine, and that's pretty much it. I put some salt in as well because, like I said in my last video, sometimes it's nice to season things. But if you're trying to cut back on salt or be even more healthy, then you can just get rid of this and it's still going to taste nice. So here we've got 10 millilitres of lime juice in these quite pretty little cups. And then this is the macerating liquid, which is left over from last week, which has a little bit of olive oil in. And then these are the canisters that I use to freeze them in. So they're very cute and they're a nice size and they're good for children, so they can just fill them up with kind of whatever they want to do, and you can do ripples and stuff. I'll try and show some of that as well. And then I've actually lost some of the tops of these because either the cats have eaten them or whatever. So I've just mixed and matched with some of the other ones that I've got, which I got quite a long time ago, and I think I got them on Amazon for not very much. And they've got umbrellas and they're quite summery and fun. But what I've got as well that I thought I would show you is that if you broke all of them, which I probably will do soon, you can just stick, if you've got any cake dowlings, which cake makers out there will have, which is what these are, you can just cut the end to size carefully, and then you can just stick it in the top, and then it will behave in the same way as one of these plastic top ones as well. So I just got a few different examples. These are chopsticks that I saved from whenever I've had sushi. Sushi's my favourite and I always think, oh, they're really useful for stuff. So what we're going to do is make sure this camera here can see. So I just got the yoghurt, and then I'm just literally, I'm not going to cut them up or I'm not going to do anything to them. And we don't need to be careful with this one like last time. Mix it. You can also already see it's getting nice and ripply. And then I'm going to add all the strawberry. And then I'm going to go with my salt, which is literally just a pinch. Might leave a bit of that. And that's it really. It's going to get a lot looser because you've added a lot more liquid in there. You could use Greek yogurt to start with, and that will be thicker. So, but I mean, I don't really think it matters that much personally. So they're the cavities of that. That's my timer. And then here I've got my piping bag again, which is my reusable one, which I was gassing on about last time. And I put a little clip in it to help it along, and then I just washed it from the time before. I also actually wash my plastic piping bags too, but I'm going to carry on using this piping bag for consistency. And then make sure just go all the way in there. So yeah, these are really easy if you're in a rush or if you're stuck for ideas. I think I was sort of bouncing around on Pinterest thinking, oh, what shall I do? And then there's loads of really pretty things that you can find because you can add like lots of different types of fruit. Like black currants would be really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie this, turn this upside down. And then yeah, so when I'm holding the piping bag like this, just fill it to what you feel comfortable. So my hands are tiny, so I don't fill it very much. This one has quite a big hole in the end, so just be mindful and you hold it so you can't let anything else out. You could twist it, but when you turn it over, twisting it might kind of confuse you. And then you want to think where you're going. So you want it to be roughly in the middle of what you're piping into so that it's even. And then also you just want to let out as much as you need. And also it's going to come out really fast. It's a bit like milking a cow. And I'm not going to fill it all the way to the top. So I'm just putting a bit of pressure on and then releasing my hand at the bottom at the same time. Piping is one of my favourite things to do, but it's also one of the hardest things to do. So I think it's always good to not get too despondent when it's difficult. And it's also harder with things that are very liquidy and loose. And yeah, so that's all of it. And there you go. So these are my macerated strawberry yollies. And they're here, and then I'm just going to put them in the freezer and freeze them overnight or just at the end of the day because it's early afternoon at the moment, and then they're going to be good to go. Hello! So I'm just here to show you the demoulded yollies, macerated strawberry yoghurt ice lays, and I just ran the whole container under boiling hot water, which I used from the kettle, and then I flashed it under the hot water as well that I had running from the tap. And I also did these fun ones too, which are like little umbrellas, which are probably very good for children, but I think they kind of all are really. Let me get it in the camera. I have a visit from my cats in a minute because I'm not cooking, so I let them in because otherwise they cry if they're away from me for too long. So yeah, I thought that I would just show you them quickly, and you can see that they've got all the nice bits of whole strawberry in there. They're quite a pretty colour. Didn't put too much liquid in. I also didn't add any food colouring because I like to try and keep things as natural as possible. And then I thought that also what you could do is that you could cut some of them easily. You could cut them up and you could put them, you know, you could have it more as like ice cream. You could just set them in these containers in the cavities, and then yeah, you could cut them up into bits and sprinkle them with some crumble or some chocolate crunch, something tasty like that. And maybe you could add some more sugar to that because these don't have any added sugar ins because I wanted to try and keep them quite healthy. And yeah, that's another idea, but yeah, just keep it very short. And there are your macerated strawberry yollies from Libelous.